Hi everyone, good morning, this is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. This is the daily forecast for all signs. It is a collective reading. It's spoken in broad terms, so you have to figure out if and where it fits in your life, if at all. It is originally created for Monday the 28th of November. It is not solely set for that date, so if you're seeing it on a different date and it still applies to your situation, by all means, utilize the reading. I believe readings find us when we need them rather than when they were originally created for and can be timeless. Sorry, it's cold here today. If you guys hear the heater in the background, my hands are freezing. I hate it when my hands get cold. For those of you that are new, please check out the drop-down menu underneath any of the daily videos. And there's some housekeeping rules, what decks I'm using, how to follow me on social media, and contact me for a private reading, and also simple ways of supporting the channel. Easy ways to support the channel: hit that thumbs up button if you enjoy the content, subscribe to the channel, leave me a question or comment. I do read them all, and share the video out. Alright, let's see what the card is for today, for Monday the 28th of November. Oh, it's cold here. The weather has shifted. Okay, so we have the Queen of Wands. Well, I'll take her because she's a fire sign and I need some warmth right now. She is definitely pissed. Interesting to me. This is a really angry Queen of Wands. She looks like she's ready to burn the house down. She looks like she is kind of... What is the underpinning? Let me go back and look at the underpinning card for this reading. It should be the Nine of Cups. So this might be, with the Nine of Cups being our underpinning, how we feel should be at the forefront, right? Or underneath all of this. If this queen is angry, right? Or if she is, you know, upset for some reason, right? Or if something's not working out in her favor, or she feels frustrated or stuck with something. I feel like she feels a little bit stuck to me. She still has means and ways of connecting to spirit, because that's her whole thing, to you know, make shifts and changes. She knows what she wants. She is a queen, so she is connected to the Cups realm because of the feminine nature of the queen. But she's also fire, which is the spirit. So with that Nine of Cups underpinning this, remember, like, Nine of Cups is about emotional completion, and it felt like we were heading towards the sun. This queen may have to, like, question some of her feelings or get clear on how she feels, not only how she feels, but how those feelings affect her spirit, and whether or not, you know, it's a good thing, is my feeling. I just, you know, it's funny I'm seeing this card because it's making me think of, my friend sent me an image of, from Waiting to Exhale, Angela Bassett setting the car on fire and walking away from it. It's a little meme or a gif. And it's reminding me of that energy, you know, like it's that sort of feminine energy empowered possibly through anger, but we're clear on how we feel, right? And so, you know, the Queen of Wands also, I will say this, she has a way, because she's connected to spirit, she understands how to sort of bend the rules to her liking, right? She can be strongly about desire and what we want, and maybe we're not necessarily getting what we want or the way that we want it, but it's not coming fast enough, and that's her frustration. It almost feels like petulance a little bit, where it's like, you know, a child wants a toy or some candy and they don't get it, so they throw a tantrum. That's sort of the energy that I feel off of this card. I think that we might be, she's also very much facing the past. So if we're looking at things in the past and working through issues or emotions around the past, and we're finding ourselves in a little bit of anger, frustration, maybe even feeling a little bit, what's the word I'm thinking of? Justified. You know, be careful with that is my warning with this, because I feel like she's trying to warn us either... It's one of two things. Either we need to burn it all down and start it all over again, or be careful because our own anger could burn it all down if we're not, you know, careful about what we say, how we think, what we focus on, and make sure that we're not, I almost get a feeling like make sure that we're not too much in the past, in resentment, while we're working through the emotions of the Nine of Cups, because that Nine of Cups was about walking forward through that water towards the sun, towards a new dawn, towards a new day. And this flames here could be an act of purification, right? Could be an act of, you know, trial by fire in a way. We might feel like we're dead square in the heat of a situation, and it's not that we don't know what to do, but we might do something, because it's fire, we might do something impetuous. I don't always feel impetuous with the Queen of Wands, but with this Queen of Wands, I feel like we do need to like temper our actions today, or our words. The Queen still is an authority. She still has the ability to like kind of change her experience, especially this Queen, because she is connected to spirit so much, and she is so driven and about taking action. So make sure that we're taking the right action, maybe checking with our Nine of Cups, our feelings, trying to stay in a more compassionate place than a place of driven by, say, maybe our ego or our desires. I feel like the Wands court cards are the most ego-driven, right? Because they're so desirous and they're so fiery, they can oftentimes represent the ego. So be careful, you know, if we're balancing what emotionally we know to be true for ourselves and our ego, don't, you know, make any rash decisions would be my feeling. Let's look to the hip hop oracle cards. It's Aaliyah, Angel. I love Aaliyah. Okay. This is that temperance that I was talking about. Like if the hip hop card, because look at the giant wings. She died early, Aaliyah, but look at the angel wings she has. And I was just saying, temper our behavior today. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be frustrated. But we don't want to burn the house down, right? We don't want to like tear everything apart is my feeling. We don't want to be so much in our ego that we forget what we're working towards. And the Nine of Cups underneath this definitely had a working towards something, towards the sun, right? That was in that card. So that's this fire energy too, maybe this desire, and maybe it's not feeling like it's moving in the way that we want it to, or as quickly as we want it to, or we're not being, you know, seen, honored, or heard in some way. Aaliyah's presence says, you know, temper this, like slow down, calm down, we've got this, your guides are with you, your angels are with you, connect in, don't end this too early. And I say that as I'm thinking about Aaliyah's life ending too early. Now let me read you Aaliyah. Divinity, angelic guidance, direction, protection, and advice. Aaliyah was like an angel on earth before she got her wings in 2001. Her name, which means the highest, most exalted one, was proof alone that her place on earth was quite frankly otherworldly. While songs like One in a Million and More Than a Woman have now taken a new meaning in her absence, Aaliyah's way of interpreting music differentiated her from any other artist. From the silkiness of her voice to the fluidity of her body as she moved to the beat, Aaliyah was an artistic nebula, hot like fire yet sweet like candy. An Aaliyah card suggests you should talk to your angels. Sometimes when you're, and that would be the connection of spirit of the Queen of Wands too, like our guides may be very close to us today to offer guidance. Sometimes when we are feeling lost, we forget that there's an entire support system just waiting to guide us. They can be loved ones who have passed on, or angels we've never met before, eager to serve and protect us. But believe this, when you talk to angels, they listen. So when your sources of information on earth are not providing you with the answers, and that might be the frustration I feel in the Queen of Wands, ask your angels for help and they'll send you signs. And if at first you don't succeed, try again. And Try Again was her song that she's most famous for that I know. All right, so let's go to the clarifiers. This is about tempering something. We have the Queen of Swords. I'm not mad at her. The only thing I will say here is air feeds fire and fire consumes air. So this could be logic, our brain cutting through the bullshit, trying to get a clear answer. or seeing that clear answer, maybe looking towards the future. We might be looking towards the past or be having some resentment around the past, but looking towards the future with some clarity, some logic, still in authority, still connected to our emotions, but maybe, you know, again, careful to temper whatever it is that we've got going on. We have the Knight of Swords, lots of air energy coming in here to feed this fire. The Knight of Swords is going to serve that Queen. We want to be, they almost look like they're coming together or trying to come together. We want to be clear. The Knight of Swords can indicate some information coming in or a truth coming in, sometimes quickly, oftentimes quickly, sometimes impulsively. Again, I feel like this is about us maybe watching our words or watching the words of others. If something is said to us that maybe sets off this Queen of Wands, don't take it for face value. Look at it with more logic through the Queen of Swords, right? Where, is this what they really mean? You know, ask questions, be logical, stay grounded, stay, don't get too fiery or emotional today. The last card is the Ten of Pentacles. This is the outcome or the goal card. This says to me that everything will be fine, is my feeling, but we have to believe that. We also have to temper ourselves and adjust and settle into that and ground, right? Tens are about completions, but the Ten of Pentacles is about, you know, harmony, happiness, wealth for everyone involved in the situation. This Queen and this Knight could logically come to a clear decision and come together, meaning although we might feel a little bit of frustration with the past, if we temper that, ask our guides, and look at this logically, there is a path forward. And this is that path towards the sun that we saw in the Nine of Cups underpinning this in the Sunday reading, right? Now, remember, the grounding stone for this week is success. So we don't want to burn this down. We want to invite Spirit in and ask Spirit to kind of guide us as we move forward through this. Here's the grounding stone for the day. It is friends. Now, right out of the gate, this friends makes me think of the guides that we keep, right? And friends is not going to stand up, so I'm just going to put it there. Friends does not want to stand. No, it's not going to stand. All right. So, friends for me is about, you know, calling in our guides, calling in our spiritual family, calling in our cavalry, and asking them for help when we may not know what to do with this situation or how we're feeling. Maybe confiding in a friend, seeking out guidance from those that we trust, remembering that we're not alone in all of this. That may also help us temper this. Remember, these friends, their advice, it could help us to remain more logical. That could be the Knight of Swords coming in with information for the Queen of Wands. That through the logic of the Queen of Swords, we can then move towards the success of the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like that success of the Ten of Pentacles is reminding us of the grounding stone for the week, which is success. So keep that in mind, connect with your spirit guides, and don't, you know, let this day, if it feels a little fiery or intense and emotional, because that Nine of Cups will be under it, but it should be ultimately for our well-being and our betterment. Remember that there is success to be had here. There's an opportunity through our connections, our friends, and our logical mind that will enable us to get to where we need to be or want to be or desire to be. And it will be fruitful. It will be, you know, to me, the Ten of Pentacles is a very happy ending in a way. So don't lose sight of the goal if we're a little bit caught up in our emotions or our ego today. That is your forecast for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and let me know how these readings are resonating. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow to see how the energy changes. And thank you so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.